Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got ewe lambs in the yards. Now they're looking a bit dirty because they're about 3 weeks overdue a drench, but that is a good thing because that will help to slow our resistance down. But other than that, they're actually looking in pretty good nick, I reckon. First year we had them on grass this long, going on crop hopefully in the next few days, see what the weather does. But before we do that, we need to get them tagged, drenched and have their second 5-in-1 jab. Alright, here goes Sarah drenching. Just quick in the mouth, pull the trigger, 20 mils of wormer and minerals. Easy as that. So she's doing that side. I'm going to go up this side of the taggers. Sorry, I know, caked in sweat. It's quite warm. I'll go up this side, then I'll turn around and come back down the other side and she'll come back down this side. Right, so just roll these tags up that way. Always start at the high number, it probably doesn't matter. Just roll them up. Nice and easy. Slide them into the machine. Right, get in there. There we go. Do that. Into the air, bang. Do that again, and it reloads. For some reason the machine is holding onto the tags afterwards, which is getting really annoying, but this is the last race. Come on girls. Like that. Well guys, shortest day here tomorrow, and it is showing. It's currently 4 o'clock in the afternoon-ish. It's getting dark. Yeah. Means though, day after tomorrow is great, because every day gets longer and it just perks you up. Just a great feeling. Anyway guys, I'm going to go have a coffee, then go feed some cattle, because tomorrow we've got to bring these back in, run them down the race again, and jab them. The reason we didn't do it today was hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to get it done. They're too wet. You're sticking a needle through the wool into the skin. You don't want them being wet in the wool. So fingers crossed tomorrow, about 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, it's quite dry. We held off for quite a while today in the hope it would happen, but even now at 4 o'clock they're too wet. So not urgently due, but definitely due for their booster. So we'll get that done hopefully, and then get some fences up, and maybe even tomorrow afternoon we've got to run a handful of light ones out. They're going to go up to the old house, and there's a 1 hectare paddock up there with a heap of grass. Maybe tomorrow afternoon we'll get them on crop. We'll see how we go. Get them on for an hour or two anyway. Oh guys, just put the oldest boy on the bus on what is the shortest day of the year, and we're -5 and the fog is rolling in. It's going to be a lovely day. I don't think those hoggets are going to get dry enough to poke a needle in today for their vaccinations, so that's what it is. Right, a couple of cold starts. Not glowing. Well, that one went well. Now for the 10,000 hour girl. Bit of a cough. Good to go. So one job I've kept putting off is getting these bloody mowers inside. I keep meaning to do it. Get to the end of every day and I just haven't got around to it. So stuff it. It's freezing cold right now. Well, I'm waiting on the old grill to warm up. We may as well go and get them done. Got both mowers running just for a couple of minutes. Let the oil get around them a wee bit. Where are we there? There we go. So that one's supposed to run 1,000, that's supposed to run 540. Right, that'll do. All done. Well, there's the two that's shifted, and of course, fresh baleage. But we'll go and have a look at what's happened here, because we've had some pretty wet weather over the last wee while, and these girls have done quite well. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of swede left here, and there's possibly even more left here. I just haven't picked these standards up because I've got to get their next fence set up, running that way to put them across, so don't need to yet. But this break right here was one where we had quite a bit of rain, and the one before it was the one where we had the snow. So here we go, they're still there, but they're covered in mud. This is the snow break. So you remember we hunted them off here, and then the next day we put them back on in the afternoon. The very next day they got a shift onto the next break. So that's the snow break. I think they got a day and a half or 2.5 days there. Most of that break is wasted. Then there's this break. Now this one here got really wet. We had a few days of really heavy rain. They got 2 days on here before we moved them on to the next break. So we lost 2 days here. We'll say we lost 2 days there, probably more like 2.5. Now you might remember in an earlier video I made the statement that if they get 3 days on a break, we move them on if it's too wet to, you know, if they've buried it or made mess. We're not going to let them off onto a grass paddock if they make it 3 days on a 4-day break. If they make it 4 days on a 4-day break, hey, awesome. So that one there, they got 2. But the forecast was good, ground was already drying out, so we moved them onto this break. Now this break, they've had 5 days on, right? So it was a 4-day break, they've had 5 days there. What that means is they've gone back and cleaned up a heap out of that break, probably a bit out of that break, and they did get 2 lots of baleage, which is a wee bit cheeky. Got to be quite careful with that. They smother around the feeders if you're not careful, but we were careful. So what I'm getting at, we gained a day back here. So we've lost 4.5 days there. We've gained a full day back here. Now we'll let them onto this break. This is only a 3-day break. Looking at the weather, I guarantee they're going to get 4 days on that break. With this, they may get 5, but I don't know if I want to push them again for 5 because they're not getting enough green feed there. They probably are. But this feed is still going to be here when they go over the other side. They're still going to be back on here, so they can come back and get it. So of that 4.5 days we lost, we're guaranteed to pick up 2, possibly 3 days as they move on. So lost days really aren't that big of a deal when you pick them up later on. Right, so we're running out of fence standards, guys. So we've got to do some repairs. So we just had a bit of a sort out of what we thought was all broken ones, but these ones are good. So if they've got the bottom 3 insulators all okay, then that's fine. However, this pile here, do not. See, that one's broken, that's the bottom one. That one there, what I'll call the top one, we don't need the very top one. That one there's broken, so all of those have got at least one broken on them. But back in the days when Gallagher were an awesome company, they're still a good company, not quite as good, that is on them to be replaced. So, replace them we will. Gotta pop the pins out. Like that. Pop that off. So it's bang open and ready to go. New insulator, pins are already sitting there ready to go. Make sure it goes on the right way. Clip it in, make sure it's sitting centered, somewhere about there. And then just go, done. So they cost about $1 each, and the whole standard costs $4. Yes, that means the insulators are quite expensive, but I've just spent $1 to save a standard as opposed to paying $4. So I'll take it as a win. Well guys, back for another day. Third day now, still haven't got those ewe lambs jabbed. The frost has been a bit of an issue the last couple of days. So yesterday morning we had a -4.5, and then today we were minus just shy of 6, like 5.7, 5.8. So pretty chilly. These things have been frozen bloody solid. Now for the ewes, that's fine, they know what they're doing. But more ewe lambs, I'm just not ready to put them on yet, so we're just gonna, hopefully tomorrow won't be quite so bad. But for now, we've got this fence up, which runs the whole way around the whole paddock, fencing off this creek, which ironically is a tiled creek anyway, so it's all covered in. But this is all our buffer zone, our crop buffer. Then there's the grass buffer just there as well. So the hoggets are going to graze this side of it, and then at the end, very end of winter, they'll come back and they'll graze this buffer last. And that just helps to control any sediment erosion a wee bit. In theory, it should stop there, or there, or there. It shouldn't be able to make it all the way to there. And even if it does, like I said, it's a tiled creek, so it's then got to run over the top of the land the whole way down to where the tiles end. So I think we should be pretty good, but just something we've been doing for a wee while now. I think it's quite important to do, so we'll carry on with it. Anyway, 2 more fences to go put up, 3 more fences to go put up, and we'll be sorted. There goes the second hogget fence up. So one break and then another one way back there, and then this will be the third and fourth. Got all the wheel tracks in there, so that should keep them going for a wee while. Oh, there you go, the Tutu's quite happy. The ones we looked at there yesterday. Yeah, doing alright on that break. You can see all these old bulbs are coming back and opening them up, so they will eat them in time. But that's their next break. Whole way down there, but you can see that reel there. It's only that bit that's straight. It cuts way back in along here. So it is, it's quite a small break. It's the right size break, but that is what stuffed me up for my next break, because I guessed the distance from this fence to that one out there at about 57 metres, and it's actually 71. So to work out the distance, I've gone 40 metres that way for the next wheel tracks. It needs to be 32. Now 8 metres might not sound like much of an issue, but it takes it from a 4-day to a 5-day break when we're wanting them to come back and pick away at a bit of this stuff. So like we've gone through before, 5 days is just a little bit long continuously. So I think I will, when I shift them into here and we put baleage in there, I'll put the right wheel tracks in here and I'll put that other fence up then. Well, old girl doesn't want to start today. Might be time to get her a new battery actually, because I remember saying at the start of last winter the battery was getting pretty knackered, and yeah, -6 today. Doesn't want to start. Oh guys, we tried another couple of batteries and had no luck, and yeah, shut down to Wyndham, and thankfully Marshall's garage, not only did they have the right battery there, but they had it there at a bloody sharp price. So big shout out to them. Thanks very much guys. So here's the battery. made this month. I've never bought a battery made this month. Anyway, 1000 CCA, the old one was 680. We're a wee bit short on amperes, but that won't be too much of a concern, I'd say, with that. Yeah, ideal. There we go, new battery in. Just don't worry about that, that is temporary. That bracket's broken apparently, so get that fixed up one day. Right, let's see if she goes. Righto guys, today is that day. Hoggets are going on crop. Had a bit of a stuff up yesterday. Water, big problems. So we got the cattle all fed yesterday. See the wastage here? And here? And here? Come along to this feeder. I'm still not sold on this thing. I reckon they've got to work pretty hard to get the feed out of it, but the wastage is just absolutely nil. Well, not quite nil. There's a little bit around there. I put about 5 bales in here now since it's been put there, and there's just next to nothing. And you see everything that falls out, well, that's quite loaded with baleage at the moment. So yeah, I think we'll be buying another one next year, but we'll wait till the end of winter to make that call, as opposed to this, which is just huge. And they've even managed to knock that one over and waste a heap of it right there, which is really frustrating. Yeah, might be buying another one of those feeders very shortly. There's that one's, yeah, see that? All that dry stuff you can see is fresh from this bale. They're probably wasting 10 to 15%, whereas way over there, 1 or 2 I would say. But anyway, gonna get some water to these guys, which is in that trailer, so I'm just gonna hook it up right now. Easy as that. We shifted both mobs of ewes on crop yesterday, not the Tudors, they were fine, but we didn't get baleage to them because I forgot today is this Matariki public holiday, so no one's open today. Got my motorbike back, it's all fixed, good to go, and the other thing is, woohoo! We got our water pipe, so no more of this. Still going to be doing it for a wee while, still got to get a pump and a tank, but they're coming, so this water at trailers days are numbered. Anyway, we'll get that done. So I've got to feed baleage to those ewes because I never got it fed yesterday. Thankfully it's been really frosty and dry, so we can actually do that. If it was wet and rainy, we actually wouldn't have the option to do that. But we just ran out of daylight yesterday, and then we're going to bail to the Hoggets where they're going to go on crop and get them on for, well, they'll probably go on for 4 or 5 hours today. We'll see how it goes, but exciting. There's baleage to one mob, second mob sorted, happy as. Well, I don't know that the wee Hoggets are going to want to move off here, but sorry girls, you're going to have to. Plenty of feed in here, beautiful feed. Quite important when you're transitioning stock onto crop, if you want to do it properly, that they're full when they go on. Now they're only going to go on today for 2, 3, 4 hours to see what time we get them on, but we'll take the kids away to a function tonight. There's some fireworks on up the road, but they need to be full of grass so that when they go on they don't go and gorge themselves on this new feed they've never seen before, because these guys have never seen this or baleage, so just got to be a little bit careful there. But they'll come back here tonight, they'll fill up, then tomorrow we'll put them back on, leave them on for the whole day, just the daylight hours, and then take them off again. Probably do the same the next day, take them off again, and then the day after that they can go on and stay on, hopefully. We'll just see how they're going, but always just a little bit more careful with these Hoggets than we are with the older stock, because the older stock know what they are and they tend to adjust a little bit quicker. So unfortunately Pearl's still recovering from surgery. She's doing really well, and she probably could come back to work quite comfortably, but just not ready yet, so poor old Slim's got the job on his own. Here Slim! Here Slim! There they go. Made a bit of a mess down there with the digger cleaning that creek out, but the creek itself looks good. Right, we've got to tread pretty carefully here because there's a creek just there, there's a crossing there, there's a creek there, and then it's all enclosed the whole way down. So just got to make sure they run over the right bit. There's one away over. Here, Slim. Here, Slim. Good boy, sit. Sit. Slowly making their way. That's what we want to see. Now, they haven't seen electric fence for a few days, but they've just seen one there now and they're very scared of it, so that is very good to see. Good boy, girls. Easy, Slim. Sit down. Sit. Don't bloody listen, that dog. That's a bit low. Yeah, that's more like it. Don't know what was going on there. So there we are, guys. Hoggets on crop. Obviously they're not going to stay there, but finally got them on, finally got it started. So you sort of get the idea here. This is that crop buffer that I often talk about that we leave till last. Like I've said before, the idea is any sediment that might come off here is going to wash down to there. That ground is still soft and absorbing water. Once you graze it, sheep sort of pack it down real hard and the water does run off the top. But this bit, like I say, left till last, should slow any sediment. If that doesn't, there's still all that grass there, and that is a tiled creek, so the sediment's not actually going to make it into the waterway anyway. But just good practice, whole way around the edge. We'll do it up that side too, and we'll see. It could be late August when we graze that, and there might not be any benefit, but if it's still July, we'll definitely do it up there too. But yeah, anyway guys, hope you enjoyed that, and we will see you next time.